All right, welcome everybody. We have two topics to cover in Chapter 6, Part 2, and we're going to do the first topic with a couple of videos here, and then we'll do the second topic in class when we meet on Zoom. All right, so first, to introduce the first topic, I want to go back and do a little review problem from your homework that you just submitted. So remember, this notation tells us that x is a normally distributed random variable with a mean of 32 and a standard deviation of 7. And let's say that the question asks you to find the probability that x is less than 42.5. So on your homework, you would have drawn me a distribution something like this, right? A normal distribution. 42.5 is bigger than the mean, so you put it to the right of the middle of the graph. And we shaded to the left because x is less than 42.5. All right, and we would go to the calculator, into our distribution menu, and grab the normal CDF, our second option, and we'd go from negative infinity to 42.5, and then tell it that the mean is 32 and the standard deviation is 7. And we get 0.933. All right, so that was what we did in Chapter 6, Part 1, and some word problems like that. All right, so in Chapter 6, Part 2, what we're going to do is, what if, instead of giving you 42.5 and you calculate the probability, what if I tell you that the probability is 0.933, and I ask you to calculate what this x is? So basically, we need the calculator to do what it just did, but backwards. All right, so to get the normal distribution backwards on the calculator, we're going to go back to the distribution menu. So come over here, my calculator. And this time what we're looking for is menu item number 3, the inverse norm. All right, so I'm going to choose option number 3. And then we'll enter in our information. It wants the area, the mean, and the standard deviation. And it is important that the inverse norm requires you to enter in the left-tailed area, okay? And that's exactly what we have in this example, and we'll do one where we don't have the left tail, and we have to figure it out. All right, but it always has to be area that's shaded to the left of the x value you're looking for. That's just how the calculator works. All right, so I'm going to enter in my area, my left-tailed area, which is 0.933, my mean, and my standard deviation. And then it'll calculate what the normal CDF does, but backwards. And I don't get quite 42.5 because we had rounded off that 0.933 area. All right, and then we found our x value. Okay, so let's do another one of those, and we'll keep in mind that that area has to be a left-tailed area. All right, so another normal random variable. Let's suppose that x is normally distributed with a mean of 5 and a standard deviation of 2. We're going to find the value of x such that the area to the right of x is 0.305. All right, so I'm going to draw my normal distribution, and I'm looking for a value of x so that the area to the right of x is 0.305. Okay, and I am going to use my inverse norm. So I'm going to go second distribution, or second vars to get the distribution menu, option number 3 for inverse norm. All right, so I can't tell it 0.305 because the inverse norm function requires us to tell it the area to the left of the x value we're looking at. Okay, so I have to come over here, and I actually need to figure out what this area is to the left of x. So to do that, we just remember that the entire area under the normal distribution curve is equal to 1. So we'll just subtract 0.305 from 1. So we've got 0.695 of the area to the left of x. And so that's the area that I'm going to put in my calculator over here. I'm going to do 0.695. Tell it that in this problem our mean is 5 and our standard deviation is 2. Right? And it gives us 6.02 and change. And that is the x value that we're looking for. All right, so that's how to get the calculator to do the normal distribution backwards. And in the next video, we'll do a couple of word problems.